The year is 1909. In a quiet, respectable home in East Orange, New Jersey, a chilling scene unfolds. A young woman, Ocey Snead, is found dead, submerged in a bathtub. Her body is emaciated, her face pale, and the water is cold. At first glance, it appears to be a tragic suicide, perhaps an overdose. But the truth, hidden beneath a veneer of Southern gentility and familial devotion, was far more sinister. This was not a solitary act of despair, but the final brutal chapter in a long calculated campaign of psychological and physical abuse, orchestrated by the very people sworn to protect her. Her own mother and her aunts, the infamous Black Sisters. This is the story of a life slowly extinguished by greed and the chilling East Orange bathtub mystery. Remember to comment, like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss future episodes of the Calendar of Crime. And for even more in-depth true crime content, keep an eye out coming soon to Substack. Oceana Wardlaw Martin Snead, known as Ocey, was born into a family with a dark, controlling matriarchy. Her mother, Carolyn Martin, and her two aunts, Virginia Wardlaw and Mary Snead, were a trio of eccentric, manipulative women who dressed exclusively in black, earning them the local moniker, the Black Sisters. Ocey's life was one of constant financial exploitation. Her father, a wealthy man, had left her a substantial inheritance, but her mother and aunts quickly gained control of her assets. They moved frequently, isolating Ocey from any potential friends or allies, and systematically drained her inheritance through a series of dubious investments and outright theft. The financial exploitation soon escalated into a deadly obsession. The sisters began taking out multiple life insurance policies on Ocey, totaling an astronomical sum for the time over $20,000. This act alone signaled a terrifying shift from mere greed to premeditated murder. Ocey, a fragile and sickly young woman, was now worth more to her family dead than alive. The sisters maintained an iron grip on her life, controlling her diet, her movements, and her correspondence, effectively turning her into a prisoner in her own home. In the weeks leading up to her death, Ocey's condition deteriorated rapidly. She was severely malnourished and constantly ill, a direct result of the neglect and abuse she suffered. The family moved to a rented house in East Orange, New Jersey, a final isolated location chosen for the execution of their plan. On November 29, 1909, Ocey was found dead. Carolyn Martin, her mother, was the one who discovered the body and immediately began weaving a tangled web of lies, claiming Ocey had taken her own life due to depression and a self-administered overdose of morphine. The local authorities, however, were immediately suspicious. The scene was staged poorly, and Ocey's emaciated state was alarming. An autopsy revealed that while she had been poisoned with morphine, the official cause of death was drowning. Furthermore, the sheer number of life insurance policies taken out on the young woman raised a massive red flag. Investigators quickly focused on the three women in black. The sisters' conflicting stories, their bizarre behavior, and the clear financial motive painted a damning picture of a conspiracy. Carolyn Martin, Virginia Wardlaw, and Mary Snead were all arrested and charged with the murder of Ocey Snead. The trial became a national sensation, captivating the public with its shocking details of familial betrayal and cold-blooded avarice. As the pressure mounted, the conspiracy began to crumble. Virginia Wardlaw, the most dominant of the sisters, starved herself to death in prison while awaiting trial, a final, defiant act of control. Mary Snead was eventually acquitted, but the evidence against Carolyn Martin was overwhelming. Carolyn Martin was convicted of manslaughter, a lesser charge than murder, which many believed was a miscarriage of justice given the calculated nature of the crime. She was sentenced to 7 to 12 years in prison. The conviction brought a measure of closure to the tragic case, but the story of Ocey Snead remains a haunting testament to the depths of human cruelty and the devastating consequences of unchecked greed. The insurance money, the ultimate prize, was never fully collected by the surviving sister, a small victory for justice in a deeply disturbing case. The East Orange bathtub mystery closed the book on Ocey Snead's short, tormented life. It serves as a grim reminder that sometimes the greatest danger lies not in the shadows, but within the confines of one's own family. Thanks for watching. Please comment, share, like, and subscribe for future episodes from the Calendar of Crime.